Hi. So this past week I have gone to visit my mom, and let's get straight on with the weekly update. So if we consider what I weigh right now, we see it's gone up to 91 kilograms. And besides the obvious uh, matter of fluctuations in weight from one week to another, I wanted to talk about what I've been eating while I was at sort of my childhood home. And the thing is that I noticed sort of a pattern because while I was visiting, I was given opportunities to sort of stray from my path of trying to have a healthier style of living and healthier diet. And I was presented opportunities to eat some candy, some snacks, um, some alcohol. And what I noticed was that first off, I was offered some pastries when I went to visit my father. And what I noticed was that once I sort of broke my dietary goals once, it became a lot easier for me to break it again or break them again in other ways later on. So first, when I visited my at my dad's place, we had some pastries and I ate those, breaking from my diet. And then my sister had bought some snacks, and then well, she was fine with me taking some of it. So then I broke it again. And then dad came over, and then we had an evening full of drinks and alcohol and snacks. And then I broke my dietary goals again and again and again. So it was not just that there was bad things available. It was that once I sort of started breaking my diet, it was so much easier to just continue breaking it again and again and again throughout the week. And that's something I just wanted to note now when I have it fresh in my mind, just how easy it is to sort of break your diet if you have things near to you which are unhealthy, and if you have broken your diet already. Once you sort of broke it once, it's so much easier to convince yourself it's fine to do it again and again and again and again and so on and so forth. And sort of it all culminated, I would say, with yesterday night when, yeah, I had already broken this dietary goal I had, and I decided to eat baking chocolate. And I ate some of it and I didn't even enjoy it that much. And then I just ate more because I could, because it was there. So, yeah, in a way, that's kind of a failure, definitely. And in some way, that sort of is a reflection or is reflected in how I gained some weight, apparently. Despite this sort of setback, I've also had some progress. So, um, with my situation with my back pain and all of that, I've sort of been talking about how I've done some exercises to help with the back pain and how I'm not quite sure how it's working out. But now, after having done it for a longer time and thinking about it more carefully and sort of testing things out, I think it's undeniable at this point that whatever is happening, it's a very good sign, and that my condition is improving. So I'm now nowhere near like fully healed. My back is still in pain sometimes. The situation is not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a lot better than it was. And yeah, now I can basically bend forward, which is quite an amazing feeling. I can sort of do sideways movements in all directions without having a stab of pain in my back. And I'm so optimistic right now. It feels like if I just keep up with exercise, and if I just avoid sitting down for extended periods of time, my condition will improve immensely, and I may end up not having any pain at all in my back if I'm lucky. Because it's something I noticed when I sort of went down to visit my mom's house. I was sitting in a car with my sister, and it was a 3-hour drive, and afterwards I was in a lot of pain, of course, and I noticed that a lot as well. In the morning when I wake up, I'm in a lot of pain before I've gotten to move. So it seems to me like when I sit down for extended periods of time, or when I don't move properly for extended periods of time, there is something that happens with my back that makes it sort of stiffer and generally in more pain. I think it has to do with these discs in my back sort of getting improperly aligned, especially when I'm sitting down. They may get displaced, because what I suspect is happening now is that the disc that has been displaced and causing a lot of pain for me for these past couple of months has been slowly getting back into where it is supposed to be, between vertebrae and not outside of them. But it still hasn't settled where it's supposed to be, and sometimes it can sort of shift back and try to get out, and that's when it really starts hurting. But I think, as far as I can tell, it's undeniable that my situation right now, that my condition with my back is a lot better than it was at the worst point. And you know, it's such a great relief, honestly, because, yeah, as can be seen from my other video logs, video entries on this topic, that was such a major pain for me. It was such a huge setback for not only my physical health, but also for my mental state, thinking that I may be disabled for life, you know. It's such a relief. It cannot be overstated how important this is for me. And even though I had a setback on the side of my diet, I'm still super happy with being able to say for certain that my back is getting better, and a lot better, and that I see sort of the light at the end of the tunnel in that situation. And sort of on another positive note, these rehab exercises I did for my back, I did them every other hour. And I found that this kind of regimen can be helpful for other things. I think I noted it last video, but just the process of doing something every other hour, having a timer, just doing something simple every other hour. And when it comes to exercise, I can do basic exercises every other hour. And that works really well, and I'm really happy with that. And I think I'm going to continue with it. And maybe replace some of the rehab exercises with other forms of basic strengthening exercises, such as doing some sit-ups and stuff like that. Maybe taking my exercise ball and sort of using that for some other things as well. But basically, I'm thinking of doing some sort of light exercise every other hour, just making that part of my daily routine routine for a while because I felt that it worked really well for these past couple of weeks when I did it, and at the very least my back got a lot better from it, and yeah, I think it's just a good method to sort of get into the mindset of actually doing some exercising, because it's something that I've had a lot of problems with over the years, trying to establish the habit of actually going to the gym or doing exercises. Just doing something very simple or basic every other hour is great at establishing a habit, because it's easy to do and you can set a timer, and it's actually really easy to sort of just get into the groove. Now, of course, maybe you take a rest day every now and then, or maybe you have sort of a plan for rest days or other sort of implementations of this idea, but I feel like it's a great way to establish healthy habits. And that is something I'm super excited about. And if we consider what I currently look like, well, look at that. Twirling around like, I don't know, a figure skater, not on ice, but on some floor without skates on. As gracious as, I don't know, a refrigerator, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, I don't have much else to say in this video. I just wanted to mention sort of the setback and the progress I've had. And that, I think, marks a good end to the video. So until next time, have a good one. Goodbye.